Alright, so you notice that that cable doesn't actually go into the tube.
No, it's going into
Probably
the socket.
comes through there, and it's a socket, which it tells you it's more likely to be what size cable?
2.5.
2.5, so yeah, well done, man.
Well.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So that's
Right, well, you can see a cable there.
Single socket, yeah? That's called, yeah?
Yeah. Single switch socket, and you've noticed that the cable goes in there, so that's likely to be that. But we've also noticed these cables here. So why can't we see these cables?
Because it's going straight into the box.
Nice one. It must be going straight into the back of the box.
Yeah.
And the fact that that cable is...
That's fucking... What size cable is that, would you say?
This one looks like a fat cable, maybe 6mm. So that probably was used for the cooker. This one, although it looks big, you can see it's doubled up. So that looks like it's a ring circuit. And alongside there is something quite fun. Wow, that's like singles in there. God knows what that is.
Something like that. But yeah, that's been put in that conduit, 3 cables in the conduit. But if I was to, obviously 40 years ago, whatever, and I'm going there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take a path up the wall. You can see cables coming out there. Yeah?
Yeah.
How many can we see? We can see 2, which must be lighting.
Yeah.
1. That's a fat old cable. Where's that fat old cable going? Where's that fat old cable going?
Well, that fat one looks like it's this one here, doesn't it?
Yes, that isn't it? Oh, no. It's fat, but it's not, it's quite thin.
Right.
Fat but thin means what?
Fat but thin, that means it's like lighting or something.
Well done. That's the answer. It means it's 3 core. 3 core on earth. Yeah?
Yeah. Right, okay.
So that must be a secondary switch for here. That must be it in there. Well done. Okay, there is one going over here.
Yeah,
what is that?
Yeah. It looks like it's going upstairs.
Oh, right, okay, now that must be going up there. Coming out here somewhere.
Sweet. Well, I don't know, that one there looks like it's going up, doesn't it? To the ceiling up there, isn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah, it disappears off.
It disappears like there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, why would that be? Why would that be? Right. So we're trying to not get muddled between our sockets and our lights. So these cables here,
Yeah,
obviously twin, that's a ring, isn't it? So one of those is going off here, it's going off here, it's going down there,
into the next ring.
into the next part of the ring, back up again, coming back, going very close to the light, so don't get that confused with the light. Comes out there. No, it doesn't. Passes the box by. Goes over there. Down into another socket. Yeah?
Yeah, switch. That's a switch socket, isn't it?
Another switch socket, but still part of the ring. Yeah?
Yeah.
Back up. Following this path again. So, okay, we've identified 2 of these as being ring, and the other one, which is a thinner cable, must be that light there.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that was wrong. That is actually the same size. So those are both 2.5, and that's the twin and earth there. Sorry, 3 core and earth. So that's that we talked about earlier. Coming back with that 2.5. That definitely does. Oh, that does. Ah, that gets involved there, right? That goes into the box. No, sorry, that's wrong. That is the 3 core and earth going into the box. So that's lighting related, because you can see that comes out of there and goes directly into the light, yeah? So that box is lighting, try and remember that, yeah? Carrying on back with our 2.5, looks like it heads off over there. Honestly, I've lost which one it is, but it's one of these. Is that a, what is that?
It's quite a thick cable there, isn't it?
And there's two junction boxes hiding up there.
And that goes into that box and all that one, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay, just for fun, let me try and work out what this one is.
Goes into there, doesn't it?
Where are we going with that one? Well, it disappears up there, does it?
Yeah, that one there, the thick one there.
Oh, right, okay, that's good. That's good. Because I know from experience, what you're looking at up there
That goes up.
is a bedroom.
That goes
And
into the,
and it's going up on the wall, so that must be a socket.
yeah.
And there's only one cable going up, which means it must be a
Ring circuit.
spur.
Spur,
Yeah?
sort of. A spur is when it continues, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Right, and that's why that was confusing, because there's two cables.
It goes from one like junction that downstairs, goes up and joins into another box.
Yeah, so basically you're allowed one spur for every socket that you've got on a ring, yeah?
Right.
So theoretically you can...
How many sockets can you have on a ring?
Unlimited.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a very good system. I think it's up to 50 square meters, 50 cubic meters, you're allowed unlimited sockets. Yeah. That's obviously they base their calculations on you not running 50 fan heaters in a room, yeah? But it's a bit difficult. That's the problem, I think, with the British ring circuit system. It does allow for abuse. We'll have to look into the radials. We'll have to look into what the Europeans do with their radials. I think they're probably a bit stricter with them.
Yeah.
Okay, what we've got going on here? These cables here.
What, these are coming from upstairs? From a socket, looks like it, doesn't it?
Okay, so what would that be? Socket with two cables coming out?
2.5.
2.5 times 2?
Yeah,
Must
times
be a
2,
ring, yeah?
Going into a box.
Going into a box and one going off.
Oh yeah, one's going into a box and coming back out of the box.
Nice one, so what's that going to be then?
But I don't understand why they put it into a box when it comes out the other end. I don't understand that. Why haven't they just left it and continued it?
Alright, the way I see it is that's two cables coming along as part of a ring.
Yeah, one of
And
them
that's the
just
same
continues,
cables. No, there's two. Two continuing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
But one of them, if you go think about it, one of them goes round into
One of them
the box
branches
and
off.
back out.
One of them branches off.
What? Yeah. Well, oh
And
yeah.
we've just dealt with that.
outside.
That is called a
Ring
spur.
spur. Right.
Yeah, that's a spur. Because basically what he's done is he's taken off power for one spur. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now these days we don't use that system. Yeah? That's we can see the age of this. Although the cable looks nice and new and white. Yeah? We can tell that this isn't a recently installed thing.
That was installed
Yeah?
when? How long ago?
I've got I know that this was installed in about 1975, so that's a bit unfair because I actually know when it was installed. But you'd look at that, you judge the cable to be sort of it's white, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's after the 60s. It could be even up until anything up until the 80s.
Yeah.
It looks quite nice. Looks quite nice, Nick. If you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I think it looks good. But bear in mind where it's been, hidden under the floorboards, hidden above the ceiling. It's never had a lot of wear and tear, has it?
No.
Like I said
We
earlier.
still use that cable today.
Yeah. You could, except the only thing is, it's using a junction box, which we're not allowed to use these days. Why are we not allowed to use junction boxes? This one's hidden under the floorboards, which means if there was ever a fault with it, would you be able to access it?
Be able to get it,
No, that's why our current regulations mean that we're not allowed to have inaccessible joints, which is what that is.
Which means circuit boards hidden in places.
Yeah, you're not allowed any kind of connection. Yeah, only permanent connections are allowed to be hidden behind
So I could have
walls.
a junction box outside. As long as it's,